Hello, this is Nicole Whitlock with eCom Sellers, and today I have with me the awesome, the amazing, the beautiful Miss Lysandra Everett.
Hey, hey, e-commerce squad. You know y'all my squad. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Now, this is part of our annual review, and we are here to talk about taxes. Lysandra is our lady, and this is her jam. And so we just want to be able to help you all make some really smart, intelligent, great decisions for your business. You can keep more money and not give as much to Uncle Sam in 2022. So, Miss Lysandra, the floor is yours. We don't want to waste any time.
Hello. So thank you so much for having me. Listen, I got a few more letters since the last time I was here. I would have got some extra credentials. Okay, we over here doing some stuff.
And if you guys need to check her out, she is Home Biz Tax Lady.
Yes.
Biz Tax Lady.
Home Biz Tax Lady. That is me. All right. So let's get down with the get down, you guys. So we know all through this whole COVID thing that there has been a lot going on, okay, with tax changes and just all the things, okay? So first, let's start with PPP, okay, because there are still people who have yet to go through the forgiveness process. Now, with PPP, and the deadline passed. Okay, so December 31st was the deadline. So you would have had to have applied for forgiveness by then, because that would have been, it's like 24 weeks, a whole lot of debt. But December 31st was drop dead. You should have applied for forgiveness by then. So with PPP, it is not taxable at the federal level, but it may be taxable at your state. Okay, so you definitely have to check your state. And the expenses are also tax deductible, okay, at the federal level. But just make sure that you check your state with that, because and depending on your business structure, is different ways to report that income. But just know that if not taxable at the federal level, you can deduct those expenses, but your state may still be taxing the PPP funds. All right.
Okay.
And then with the EIDL, the grant portion of that was not taxable. The expenses you paid with it was tax deductible, but again, could be taxable at the state. All right.
And that one is expired too, right? I mean, that one.
Yeah, I do believe so. But there was there was some other different specialized EIDL, like for restaurants and stuff, that was out longer than all the just the regular EIDL, for lack of a better term. But again, depending on your business structure is how you report that. The thing that has been burning up the airwaves is these 1099Ks. Oh my gosh, people are having a whole stroke over the change in the 1099K reporting. So starting this year, January 2022, so when you file for taxes next year, third-party entities, whether it's PayPal, Stripe, Amazon, all of them, they're now required to report when you have transactions in excess of $600. Now, if you're hanging out with Nicole, you better have more than $600.
Look, we hope so. Okay.
Y'all better be getting 1099Ks anyway, but I'm just saying. But with that change, it has, caused a real uproar in these streets. But here's the deal. You're required to report your income anyway. But what's happening, and I shared this on a video, is the Treasury Inspector General for Tax Administration did a study on tax year 2017, and they found a whole bunch of people that should have been claiming income, but because it was below the original 1099K threshold, that 200 transactions and $20,000, people were not reporting. And so they went back to the IRS and said, yeah, if y'all trying to close this tax gap, there's money here, because these people are not claiming this income. And so that's when it was, that's how that law came to be. It wasn't a Republican thing. It wasn't a Democrat thing. This was going to happen regardless. I don't care who was in office, because if the major parties did not agree, that it wouldn't have made it in this infrastructure bill. like, this is what I really want people to understand, because I see a lot of political fights about this. They was coming for this money regardless. Okay, I'm gonna just let y'all know that. So, so the main thing with your, with your e-commerce is that there were plenty of people in the e-commerce space that were structuring. And structuring is the legal term for when you have your transactions below the threshold. And so then you open another account. They know. I'm just letting y'all know that they know. So,
they're coming
so
for
now,
you.
And that's illegal. Okay, that it really is illegal. There are laws against that. So, so just know that you're supposed to report your income anyway. So regardless of the third party sites. Now, what people have expressed concern about is, well, what if my family sends me money?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you can explain that. Okay. But if you got $250,000 in Cash App, you either got a really generous family or you're running a business.
You're right.
That's all I'm saying.
Well, here's the deal. Like PayPal, you have the option to pay for services or send money to a friend. So
Right.
again, hopefully your
But
family is
even
using
still,
that.
if your friends are that friendly, I need your friends. Is all I'm saying.
Hello.
But that's the thing. All of that stuff is traceable. And they do trace it, so if they go into Lysandra's PayPal account and they see Nicole sent me some money, friends and family, they're going to go to Nicole and say, excuse me, this money that you sent, what was that for? Oh, I paid for her to do my taxes. Oh, okay, thank you. Mm-hmm. And so that's no longer friends and family. That's payment for a service.
Yeah.
So and that goes against all of these third party entities that have a friends and family sharing option. It goes against their terms of service to conduct a business that way. And I'm the geek that actually went through and read their terms of service. And I was like, oh, there it is right there. So PayPal, Stripe, Venmo, all of them say it in their terms of service. So just understand that's what's going on. All right. But that's how this law wound up getting changed. And so next year, and some states are already requiring it. I know Massachusetts and Vermont have been requiring it since 2017, I do believe. Because I got a 1099K while I lived up there, and I was like, wait a minute. I know I didn't have 200 transactions, and I knew I did not have $20,000. So what is going on? And that's when I saw that they had changed the law in the state. So some states have already made this adjustment. Now it's just coming to the federal level.
Lucky us. So here's the deal. I'm going to tell you, like while I was out, I know I transferred money from one account to another account, and I used, so I have to be mindful of that kind of stuff. I mean, I reconcile it all in my business, but yeah, I had to transfer money between accounts. I transfer from one PayPal account to another. So yeah, okay.
And so and so write this form down, okay? This is form 8275. And what this is a disclosure form. So if you do have something like that, so like if, when you got kids in college, you might send them a lump sum, you might send them $1,000. Okay. Well, that, we use Zelle, all that, those kind of things, with our son, he's in college, sending him $1,000 ain't nothing. I just sent this kid to Florida. He costs too much money. But the form 8275 is a disclosure form where you can say, hey, here's this income, but this was not income. It was a gift for XYZ. So you claim the income and you make an adjustment on the return, and then you have the disclosure form 8275 that tells the IRS, yes, here it's claimed, here's where it's backed out, and here's why. And so then that is your position to say this was not for a product or service. This was, actually a gift, and that's it.
Yeah.
Okay. And so that form 8275 will save you in so many instances, because even if you're audited and the IRS comes back and says that you're wrong, You already have disclosed it, so you don't get the underreporting penalty.
Okay.
You know,
There you
you've
go.
already disclosed you disclosed the income. It's just your position that it's not taxable income.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so that's why how this form saves you, that you report the income. You like, hey, this is my position on this. And if you get audited, the IRS can't say you didn't report your income.
There you go. And here's the deal. Don't mix your business money. I was trying to cover some expenses only because I had been out of commission for a good 2 months, 3 months. So I just needed to cover expenses. And so, but in reality, don't mix your money. I have separate business bank accounts. I have separate everything. But in this case, like all of my money had been depleted. I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to put some money over here to cover these bills.
Right.
So let's go move some money. But I'm gonna have to write
absolutely. And I was going to get to that. So if you are commingling right now,
don't do
you
that.
need to fix it today. Because that is going to cause them to go through your whole bank account. Okay, if you get audited, that means they're going to go through your whole bank account, and you just don't want that kind of drama in your life. So if you don't have a separate business account, and it doesn't even have to be a business account, you guys. So, I know that some banks are expensive. Not everybody necessarily has access to a credit union. Even if it's just a separate personal checking account, something so that you can separate that money and you are not mixing, you're not commingling any of your funds. Okay. Just don't do it. And get some bookkeeping, y'all.
Yeah.
Okay. Please get some bookkeeping. I know, listen, you start out on the spreadsheet. I get it. That's where you start, not where you stay.
That's right.
When you start making some money, get you some bookkeeping. There's lots of options for bookkeeping. Don't use the QuickBooks thing. Don't use don't do that. I would rather, if you can't hire a bookkeeper, there is a service that's called Bench. Bench has affiliate links, and I'm not even affiliated with Bench, but it will be a way for you to get some bookkeeping done. Okay. Until you can really have someone that's personally invested in your business, just get you some bookkeeping. You need to make sure that you are deducting that cost of goods sold. I still get this so much with e-commerce people. Like, okay, great. Where's your cost of goods sold? I don't know. I don't know is not the right answer. Because you got to pay taxes on this money, and I'm not going to go find it. Okay, so make sure you're doing that. Meals. Okay, so if you're having business meals, 2022 is the last year that meals are 100% tax deductible. They're 100% tax deductible for 2021 and 2022. 100%, as in all of it. And so it's all of the rules. It's a business related. It's a meal provided by a restaurant. It doesn't have to be consumed at the restaurant, just provided by the restaurant. Okay. The receipts and all of that stuff. And that has to be their primary function, because I know there are some grocery stores, like we have Wegmans here, and Wegmans has, this bossed out buffet. Oh Lord, I love Wegmans. But their primary service is a grocery store. It's not a restaurant.
Okay.
So if you do something like Wegmans, that is only 50% still. But if it's provided by a restaurant, it's 100% through December 31st, 2020.
Okay.
Sales tax and nexus. I know you all have this conversation, but I still get the people that are not trying to hear the sales tax. Okay. Outsource that sales tax. Please quit trying to do this yourself, because you will wind up in hot water. States are vicious about their sales tax. So whatever service that Nicole recommends that you use, there's lots of them out there. I ain't gonna step on them toes. I'm just saying that you really need to outsource that, because your zone of genius is in finding stuff to sell.
Yeah. Now I will say
Okay.
this from some of the platforms that we sell on are marketplace facilitators, and so they
Mm-hmm.
will collect the sales tax for you, but you still need to make sure you have some level of reconciliation and accounting so
Yes.
that you have an information that you've collected. And then the ones that are not marketplace facilitators, those, you'll need to make sure that you do have a solution
Right.
for keeping track of your sales tax. So
Absolutely.
Shopify is one of those. Like eBay is a marketplace facilitator, Amazon, Walmart, all marketplace, Etsy, marketplace facilitators. Shopify is not. So keep
Right.
track of that
Because
stuff.
Shopify, they will collect the sales tax for you, but they're not paying it.
Right.
So you definitely have to do that. So yeah, but outsource that. Don't spend your time trying to figure out which states are doing what. Just
Yeah.
just outsource it. And if you're saying to yourself, I don't have the money to outsource it, it's your job to go make the money to outsource this sales tax thing. And if you hanging out with Nicole, that will not be a problem. I'm
Yeah.
just
So
saying.
yeah. The goal is to cover your expenses. So at the end of the day,
goal,
the goal is to cover your
yeah.
expenses. Yeah.
And then the last thing I'm going to talk about with you guys is tax planning. Okay. Tax planning is the physical. Tax preparation is the autopsy. Okay. So when you show up to file your taxes, the only thing that we can do is go back and see what happened over the year. It's an autopsy. This is what happened. This is why you died. Okay. But tax planning is the physical. That's the going to the doctor and then finding something wrong and you fix it. Okay. So when as a business, when you have a business, there are so many opportunities for you to save tax dollars, but it's done during the year. It is not done in April. If it's not done by December 31st at 11:59 and 59 seconds, you're done. There's nothing else that can be done. So as a business owner, you should be, if your tax professional does not perform tax planning services, you need to find someone who does. I perform tax planning services. And what does that look like? That looks like you going to your tax pro and saying, okay, I've made all this money. What can we do here? And it's separate from tax preparation. But if you do this stuff during the year, and usually people start to think about it after they file their taxes and they've had this tax bill that makes them want to pass out. They're like, oh my gosh, that is a separate tax planning type of event, because that's when you put the things in place to help you save on tax dollars. But if you don't reach out to your tax professional and say, hey, I think I need to do something different, or if because that's the beauty of and the curse of e-commerce, right? You could have crickets for 6 months and then suddenly you're making $50,000 a month.
Yeah.
And then your overhead and your expenses is next to nothing. So you got like $20,000, $30,000 a month profit. You're like, now what? So invest in tax planning services. And, that's what's going to help you save your money throughout the year. And it's year over year over year. It's not just that one time. Those are tax dollars that you get to save annually. And so even if you save $2,000 a year annually, well, in 10 years, that's suddenly 20 grand that you could have been doing something else with that's gaining you some interest. You can invest, put in your retirement account, all those different things.
Right.
So look into tax planning. If you're saying my bill is bananas, that's the first sign that you need tax planning help. Yeah.
Reduce your taxable expense that you're going to be paying the IRS so you can keep more of that money on this side, not send it over there.
And it's all legal, y'all. Like tax planning is legal. That is tax avoidance. Tax avoidance is legal. Tax evasion, it's not claiming your income when you're below the 1099K threshold, that's tax evasion, right? Yeah. Tax evasion is illegal. That you go to jail for that. But tax avoidance is absolutely legal. Tax planning, that's what it's here for.
There you go. All right. So I hope that you all, first of all, I want to encourage everybody to come back and replay this, rewatch it again. Make a note on where you think you personally have some opportunities to kind of reduce your tax expense or gain control of your financial situation. Remember for 2022, your PayPal, your Venmo, your Cash App,
all
of them are going to be all of them. They're going to be recording. So you better figure it out now, because as soon as they start recording it, and you're going to be get hit with that. So you need to have your affairs in order. Now, if you are a person that you're looking to try and gain control, why is this a banner? I don't want it to be a ticker. Hold on. This is like a banner now. Like, why is this a banner? I don't want it to be a banner. I just want it to be, there we go, safe. If you're a person that you need to rethink your tax strategy, rethink what you're doing, here is a tax deduction checklist just for you. Go to bit.ly/ all capitals ETD. I said EDT. ETD 2022. All caps. ETD 2022. I encourage you to go check out Lysandra's website, Home Biz Tax Lady. There you go. She can help you with your taxes or answer some questions. Now I'm just, this is a courtesy right now. We're going into the tax season. The tax season officially starts for them in January. Okay. So if you were needing some help with something, first of all, fill out this tax checklist so you can make some adjustments for all of 2022. Start making those adjustments in your business now for all of 2022. You need to get your affairs in order before you try to contact Lysandra and say, I need some help with, because her plate is probably getting booked up left and right. In the month of April, don't even think about approaching her. Probably the month of March, don't even think about approaching her. If you're going to try to get an appointment with her, I would try to get it in January. If you need some assistance with filing your taxes in 2021. That's just my suggestion. She didn't say that to me. We didn't talk about this in advance.
Absolutely right.
I know how this tax game works. We're trying to roll up on the CPA on April the 14th. I need some help with. They'd be like, you have lost your ever-loving mind. Okay.
Here's this extension for you. Yes.
You lost your ever-loving mind, please don't talk to me. So if you're going to reach out to a tax professional, I would definitely encourage you to do it in January, plan in January, schedule the appointment in January. Trying to do it in February, you might be able to squeeze in something with her or any other tax professional. But in March and April, they will go tell you to go jump in the lake. I'm just going to tell you now, so don't be waiting. Get this tax deduction checklist right now, so that you can start building your game plan for 2022. You can start doing a better job of gaining control of those things that you can have as tax write-offs and deductions. Go have some lunches, some meals.
Yes, they really are trying to revitalize the restaurant industry. Yes, they want you to go out to eat.
So go have some meals and write them off. Make sure they're legitimate. Okay.
Yeah, legitimate business meals, but they want you to go out to eat on these legitimate business meals so they can revitalize the restaurant industry.
There you go. So I just want to encourage you to do that. I know that it's hilarious. So Lysandra, I am so grateful for you. Again, this is Lysandra, the Home Biz Tax Lady, Lysandra Everett. So go check her out. And grab or download your tax deduction checklist, implement that into your business as part of your 2022 planning strategy. It's January. Let's get it done. Let's make it happen. Let's start making those adjustments so that February through December is much better. If you're trying to put things in place, put all the things you need to put in place in January so that the rest of the months are really, really good. And only January is messy. All right.
Right. I love y'all.
It'd be like, oh, okay, well, it looks like for you, January to September is really messy. But you look like you got it together in October. It'd be like, oh my gosh. So let's clean it up. Let's get our ducks in a row and clean it all up so that February through December is really clean for you. All right. Okay. So Lysandra, thank you so much for taking the time. I'm so glad that in your busy schedule that you made time for us.
Always, because this is my squad. I love me some eCom Seller Academy people. This is my squad right here. I can come and hang out.
There you go. So this has been another episode of the eCom Sellers. well, it's not the podcast right now, but of course, this is our annual planning. So this has been another episode of the eCom Sellers annual planning for e-commerce. We are going to say goodbye for now.
Bye, y'all.
Bye. Hello, this is Nicole Whitlock with eCom Sellers, and today I have with me Miss Delshawn Hayes. Hey, lady, how you doing?
Great.
So we're here talking about preparing for the new year. We're in the new year of 2022, and I always like to try and just get a quick session in so we can talk about the money matters, things we need to be thinking about for the new year to help us to be successful and, make some really good decisions in the new year regarding our personal lives and our business. So Ms. Delshawn is going to give us a couple of tips that we can, either things we can think about or things we can do to try and make sure we're on track for 2022. Oh, that rhymed.
Yes.
All right. So the floor is yours, Miss Lady. I will let you share.
All righty. Can I first say Happy New Year? Welcome to 2022. We made it. So I'm excited to share with you something that you need to be thinking about the first quarter, we can say, of 2022. And so we're always going to talk about money because everything that we do revolves around with money. Money is energy. It's constantly moving. So one tip that we need to start thinking about it is tax season. And so either whether it's business or your personal finances, you still need to prepare for taxes. And so making sure if you owe, if you don't owe, but still be in a position that if you do owe, you do have that money set aside. So right now, even to watching this, this broadcast is to make sure that you open up a savings account and start moving money over to another savings account, and so that you will have the money there. So just think about tax season and making sure that you invest in a tax preparer that meets your business needs, right? That know your business and making sure that they can really service you to the best for you and bring more money back into the house. So number one is prepare for taxes.
All right. I agree 1000%. Oh, yeah. And the setting up a separate account, that's a smart move for people to create an account to move that money over. So go ahead. Number two, if you have a number two.
Number two, let's think about investing. We always say we like to invest in ourselves, right? But my thing is for 2022 is invest in things that you're going to need right now. So a lot of times we invest in things that we're not going to use into quarter 3 or quarter 4. So this upcoming start investing in things that's going to meet your needs right now, and so that we can go ahead and get the ROI, that return on investment. And so when you think about investing, whether it is, adding a coach or things like that, making sure that you are investing wisely.
Absolutely.
Right? So look and see, what do I need right now to push my business forward, to bring more revenue, but really look at what do I need right now. And so this is part of goal setting, right? And so looking at what I need to do to making sure I hit those goals. And you're going to have to invest, right? No matter what, we're going to have to invest, right? So that's number two.
All right. I agree. I can't even lie about that. People do need to make sure that as they're thinking about their business for the new year, that they do invest in the things that are going to help them to be successful and grow, for sure. And also invest in the other things that they need in their business and in their personal life, maybe to simplify their personal lives so that they can invest more time in their business, or vice versa. Right. Invest more in their business so that they can simplify their personal lives. So either one.
Right. So let's go ahead and just hit the investment right there. So maybe you need to invest in a housekeeper, and so that you can set more time to work on your business. And so that little part could be in your budget, is making sure that, whatever you invest in is going to help ease some of the pressure and make you more productive in your business.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And a VA, another thing. Yes.
Yes. I've learned that.
A VA can change your life. It can also be stressful, but a VA can definitely change your life. That's an investment that's actually going to help you scale your business much faster, I found.
Yes, I found. Yes. So, hey, let's look at the things again. You're going to invest in the right things in 2022, right?
Absolutely. All right. So what do you have next, if you have anything?
I think number 3, let's look at inflation. So what I'm seeing is the world prices is rising, right? So you got to look back on your business and say, hey, am my prices increasing to go along with that? Because the services that you use might increase their prices. And so the products that you use to sustain your business might increase their prices. So you don't have to look at increasing your prices. And so we have to look at that and say, okay, does it make sense for me to use this product or services? Am I going to grow or bring more revenue into my business? So we got to look at that, especially at inflation. So if you're continue to the same prices, it's time to price scale up. So that always go back, looking at your revenue, looking at all your books and seeing, hey, maybe I need to up it, maybe $10, $15, $20.
Yep, I agree. Adjust that budget, that's for sure.
You're right.
Yeah.
Right. I got number 4.
All right, well, that's number 4. Hit me.
All right. So business owners, we always making sure that we're in business so we can go ahead and take care of our livelihood. So just like some business owners in their personal budget, I always want to say, or their personal finances, they might owe student loans, right? We're going to throw that in there. And so just reminder that student loans are coming back in May the 1st, right? So making sure that, yes, they pushed it all the way back 90 days to May the 1st, 2022. And so if you have student loans, go ahead and start. Look, I say open another account and just start moving money slowly. So when May comes, that you're not behind, so that you want to be late on your student loans. And so would not affect your credit on that part. So we got to make sure that we're looking at all these dates and be calendar ready.
Absolutely. I agree. I don't have to worry about student loans. I'm so glad, though.
Yes, I'm telling you.
I didn't have to worry. I paid for school, so there you go.
Right. It's good. It's bad, but hey, if you're going to get them, make sure that you're using that knowledge, wherever it may be, to do that. So yes, they're coming back.
They are coming back. Good luck, y'all. Okay. All right. Just good. I didn't have to worry about it, but good luck to y'all. All right. And then do you have another one that you think that they should be thinking about or considering?
Well, I'm going to say the last one, but they need to consider for the upcoming is really, we're going to go back to the goal setting, because a lot of times we say goal setting, but I like to say goal setting. Make sure that you set goals that is personal to you, that other people can benefit around it. Because sometimes we set goals to make us look good in somebody else's eyes, but it's not really personal to us. And so when you're setting those goals, make sure it's personal. So when it's personal to you, that means you are seeing the vision, you are going hard, right? And so that's my thing, because sometimes when we create these goals, it's going to cost more, right? When it's not ours.
Yeah.
Right. But when it comes to mine and it's personal to me, I'm thinking like, okay, it's personally, I know what I need to do. I can save on this if I do X, Y, Z. But really, when we're setting goals, really making sure this is personal to me, again, that other people can benefit around it.
Absolutely. So I agree. There's so many things. I wanted to throw 2 more because I know you always talk about these things. And I know that I sort of caught you off guard today, but guys, you need to establish a budget. Make sure you have your 2022 budget put together. That is part of your goal setting process. Yeah. And a lot of the platforms that we sell on as e-commerce sellers are going to require more in the new year. They're going to require to make sure that you have a separate business banking account. They're going to require that you have business insurance, liability insurance. So make sure that you put those things in place and you put it in your budget so you can afford those things for sure. Because that's going to be new for some sellers, depending on which platform they're selling on. eBay is rolling out some new requirements. And, I think that as, Amazon already had theirs in place, some of the other platforms are going to start requesting that. So you might as well set yourself up for success.
Right. I mean, the budget is key, because then you know where you're spending your money and where your money is going. But even if you don't have that in your budget now, is a great time to start doing a mock budget. Like you said, a lot of people don't have insurance, and just really breaking down. And I like to say, spend your money on paper first, because when you begin to write, you really think that out. I know sometimes we like to do a budget on a spreadsheet. We like to do the apps, but when you write it down, it's something like it connects with you, because you begin to really brainstorming, right? Brainstorming, and you begin to like write down more and say, okay, this is where money is. But budgeting is the key, is the foundation to building your wealth.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You got to have a budget. If you don't run a business, you got to have a budget. So I agree with you 1000%. I find that when I write it out on paper, because we all use the software, we use different software, we use spreadsheets, but when you're writing it out, it becomes real to you. It becomes so real. It's like, right. Oh, okay, that is a lot of money. The other tip that I do is I annualize my subscriptions so that I can have a wake-up call on whether or not the subscription is worth it. So you say, oh, okay, well, it's just $10 a month. Well, it's just $15 a month. And you go 10 times 12 is $120.
Come on.
It's $120. It's $120. Or you're like, oh, it's just $50 a month. And then you do that math. You go, wait a minute. Hold on. Do I need this subscription or not?
And that goes back into the thing about investing in the tools that you need, right? Yes. But those little bitty $10, $5, $13, it adds up over time. And then you look and says, oh man, that could have been moved to savings, or I have a subscription and I haven't used it.
That's it right there.
Right.
The majority of the time it's we haven't used it because we're so busy doing 10,000 other things, or maybe we needed to invest in a VA earlier so we could use the subscription that we bought. That is always the challenge. And so it's like, oh, okay, so one is impacting the other. So I need to definitely invest in the VA so I can actually start using the subscription, or vice versa. Get rid of the subscription so I can invest in the VA.
Look, right? That's a great point, right?
Hashtag facts.
Right. And you got to be willing to let go. You got to be willing to let go and say, oh man, I don't want to. No, let it go. Let it go. If this is not increasing your business and it's not taking a burden off of your back, let it go. And again, Nicole is talking about the VA. That is the best investment in your business, is a VA, because you can't do everything.
No.
Right? You can't do everything. You're not going to know everything. And so invest in people who know. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
No. An expert in that field. So yeah, you got to be able to let go.
Absolutely.
Let go.
So I am glad. Girl, I know. So I am so glad that we had a chance to connect. I didn't know if there was any other tips you wanted to throw out there, because I'm so grateful for your advice. And then also tell us what you've been up to so that we can, you know, maybe this is our opportunity to try and get our stuff in order, and we need to go ahead and do what we need to do in our businesses. So tell us what you've been up to. If there's another tip you want to give us, or, you know, let us know what you've been up to and how we can work together.
I don't know if this is a tip, but this is a word of encouragement. Mm-hmm. Don't trip over what's behind you. 2021 is gone. All we can do is learn from our mistakes and move over, you know, even with the money part, because sometimes we say we used to be good at money. I didn't have an accounting system. I didn't do my bookkeeping, XYZ. And sometimes we get stuck, right? Mm-hmm. We trip over what's behind us. And so I'm saying this is a new year. Nicole's giving you some great tips, things, this, you know, eCommerce is giving you some great tips, making sure that you stay connected. Again, don't trip over what's behind you, because when you do, you stop, you get discouraged. You say it doesn't, you know, this business is not right for you. All these excuses that you begin to put on yourself. So don't trip over what's behind you. And so what's been going on with me? Ace Financial just dropped another course. Is Ditch the Debt course, right? Ditch the Debt. I'm a firm believer that debt was never meant to be our lifetime partner.
Okay.
Debt was never meant to be our lifetime partner. And our wealth is hidden behind our debt.
Yeah, there you go. Ditch the debt. So I love that. I'm going to actually put this on the banner so that way, those people that are interested, let me just see if I can add that. So the Ditch the Debt course, tell us what that is going to do for people that are trying to pull it together.
the district court course I'm going to give you is the beginning course, is really understanding what type of debt you have and how to start a debt repayment plan and what type of plan that you need. There's so many. We know the common for snowball, but there's also tsunami. There are snowflakes. There's so many debt repayment plans that you can execute, but it also just really giving you a wake up call and just, pull the Band-Aid out and say, okay, who do I owe? Because you might not remember who you owe, but the creditors know you owe them, right? And so
they always do.
Right, they always
do.
do, right? So they know how to come at you, but you don't want to get off guard, right? Because what I want you to do, as far as the business side, if you can go ahead and get rid of that debt on a personal side, you have more money for your business to invest and grow in your business, right? And so this is all about making sure that you know the debt repayment, making sure that you understand your net worth, because again, our wealth is hidden behind our debt. And so this is saying, if you never knew your net worth, right, it's going to show you how to calculate it. It's going to show you all these steps, just to really saying, okay, I'm going to go ahead and go to a journey to financial freedom. Just remember that you didn't get in debt overnight, and it's not going to take you overnight to get out of debt, but it will give you the tools to go ahead and begin this journey.
So I pulled up your Ditch the Debt.
Okay.
I pulled it up so that they can see it on the screen.
Yeah.
And so she is in this course. It looks like it's an 18-session course. Is that right?
Yes.
Look at that. So there's 18 sessions in here. She's going to be covering budgeting, some simple actions to take, budgetings, debt repayment, interest rates, repayment plans, minimum balances, debt calculators, repayment calculators. So if you're a person that you're like, okay, 2022, I'm going to gain or regain control to my finances and my financial situation, this course looks like it would be helpful for you to just get a handle on your finances and to get going. So I would encourage you to go check it out. The link is on the screen. Again, Ditch the Debt. And there may be other courses as you look on this link that that you like, that may be worth it. So yeah, I'm glad that we had a chance to see all of that.
Thank you.
Definitely. Yeah. So I'm a firm believer, as those of us that are selling, that you should, do what you can to make sure you're reconciling and doing all the accounting that you need. But also remember that, if this is one of those stepping stones for you, that you're trying to maybe leave the 9-to-5, or you're trying to, maybe you could be saving for a vacation, you could be saving for a vacation house, you could be saving for a car, whatever it happens to be, the reason why you're doing e-commerce, that, you got to get your finances under control. You got to get more discipline in your money. So I think these courses are going to help with that for sure. Exactly.
It's just know that we need to make sure, like you said, master our money, better control our money, and just really living a life that we really want to live on our own terms, right? When you say, hey, I want to leave my 9-to-5. And so some things you have to put in order to leave your 9-to-5. And so, for me, in my personal story, when I left my 9-to-5, I was determined that I wanted to pay off my car before I left. And so I saved, and my last payment was like $6,000, right? But I was determined, if I was going to leave my 9-to-5, that I wouldn't have a car payment. And so I'm thankful for now. Every 28th of the month, I'm like, haha, right? And I'm moving that money over to something else. And so it would just help you prepare as you change and transition to whatever you want to do in this life. We only got one life to live, right?
We only have one. Only one. Right. Only one. That is so true. And this has been last year. It's behind us, but last year was crazy for me. So yes, we only have one life to live, people.
And we thank you. And we thank God that we still got you. Look, we still have you. Have you. So we're thankful for you.
Well, I'm thankful that you are taking time to share with people that need to try and get their finances under control. Maybe their finances were all over the scoreboard in 2022. Maybe they spent too much time, I don't know, Ubering stuff, Uber Eats this, and DoorDash that, and whatever it happens to be. They took advantage of all the conveniences and then all those fees. So this is the year to kind of rein in your expenses, rein in your spending, because inflation is going up. You're going to need all of those $10 fees and $4 fees for everything that you were convenience shopping. So,
Yes.
take advantage of just getting your finances under control, increasing your awareness of where your money's been going.
Exactly. It's okay to keep some of the money that you earn.
It is. It is
It's okay. It's okay to keep some of the money that you earn. I had to learn that because I had $1, I spent $1. And so I had to learn and said, you know what? It's okay to keep some of the money that I earn.
Yeah.
And watch your bank account grow.
Yeah. It's okay to have a bank account that grows. It is.
Don't apologize for
it. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it at all. So, Ms. Delshire, I am so glad that we had a chance to talk about finances and money and help people to start the process slowly of getting their finances under control for 2022 and ditch the debt. If you guys want to check that out, definitely go check out that course. If you're ready to regain control of your finances or just gain control, maybe that wasn't your jam before. And then go back and watch this video again around the tips that she recommends so that way, you'll have a more financially sound and successful 2022.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Delshire.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Well, this has been another episode of eCom Sellers, and we are going to say goodbye for now.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.